This is the Investing News Network, and I'm Georgia Williams, here with you at the 51st edition of the New Orleans Investment Conference. Joining me today is Brett Marsh, President and CEO of Spartan Metals, which trades on the TSXV under the ticker symbol W. Thanks for joining me today, Brett.
Thanks for having me, Georgia.
No problem. And I was wondering if you could give us a quick overview of Spartan Metals for anyone that's not familiar with the company.
Absolutely. So Spartan Metals was actually formed this year with a critical metal focus, particularly under tungsten, which is why our ticker symbol is W. We have a really excellent project in eastern Nevada that contains three past-producing mines. Tungstonia, which is, of course, a tungsten mine, the Reese mine, which is also a past-producing tungsten mine, and Antelope, which is a silver, copper, antimony operation.
Right.
Yeah.
And you recently started an exploration program at the Eagle Project, and yesterday you released an update noting the identification of a silver-rich carbonate replacement deposit, as well as the discovery of an extensive vein system with significant silver, copper, and antimony. Can you tell us about these developments and what they mean in the larger context for Spartan?
Yeah, sure. So, this is really exciting for us because we know we've got really high-grade tungsten and silver within our vein system at Tungstonia. And we looked at the extensions of these veins while we were doing our surface program, basically collecting soil samples, doing geologic mapping, the basics of geologic exploration. And we noticed, we had some really good quality alteration that we were seeing. And so we started to look back at some of the old data. And we realized that we had a pretty significant opportunity there. And some of those aspects around Tungstonia for silver are up to 900 parts per million or grams per ton. And so that's pretty significant in the overall context. And when we actually look at, back up at the Reese claim block, which hosts the Reese mine and the Antelope mine, and Antelope, as you recall, was the one that had the high-grade silver and copper, is where we started to focus, and we were actually able to extend, the known mineralization we had from Antelope another kilometer along strike, so it really extended the overall size. So it really gives us an opportunity to continue to explore high-grade tungsten, but we also have, high-grade silver, antimony, bismuth, arsenic, and other critical metals that are extremely important to the U.S. Onshoring needs for critical metals. And so it's a really exciting time for us because we love to make discoveries, and we love when those discoveries are really nice like this. So
Absolutely, and polymetallic discoveries are some of the best.
Yeah, absolutely. And so it really gives us a lot of optionality and exposure, right? And so as I said, we know we have, really good assets for tungsten, but now we see, silver and the other critical metals coming in that really gets the everybody excited.
Yeah. And there's also plans to characterize tailings for potential resource estimation at Eagle. What indicators suggest these legacy materials could offer economical, recoverable tungsten, silver, and rubidium? And how significant could this be for Spartan's resource base?
Yeah, that's a great question. So since Tungstonia was a past-producing tungsten mine around World War I, World War II, there's a historic tailings pile that's there. And so in 2024, we actually did some surface sampling and took a couple samples of that tailings pile and realized that we had really decent grade tungsten, but then also rubidium and silver that were contained within there. And so just on the 20th, we kicked off a drilling campaign to drill that tailings impoundment and put in 34 holes over the course of a week, and then also collected 2 other holes for metallurgical testing because, some of that metallurgy is a little bit unique, right? And so we really need to understand what the economic potential of that could be.
Right.
So we're really looking forward to getting the results of all that back and really understanding what we potentially have there in that tailings pile.
Do you have an idea of when you might know some of the definitions in there?
Well, the labs have actually been turning their samples around and results around rather quickly. So I'm hoping it's before Thanksgiving.
Great.
And we can get something back out there.
Yeah. Spartan emphasizes critical minerals like tungsten, rubidium, both strategically important for defense and technology sectors. How do you see the Eagle Project positioning Spartan within the broader U.S. effort to secure domestic critical mineral supply?
Yeah, that's really the main reason we put the company together, was to really make sure that we were at the front of the line to, supply tungsten and other critical metals to the U.S. Department of Defense in particular, because we've had past relationships with the Department of Defense. We're really, really hopeful that we can continue to leverage those contacts and relationships and do something special with Spartan.
Absolutely. With both phase 1 and parts of phase 2 of the recommended work program underway, what are the key milestones investors should watch for over the next 6 to 12 months as you advance the Eagle project toward potential resource delineation and economic assessment?
Yeah, I mean, really, we're going to be putting out results from what we've been doing, right? So we've collected and submitted over 2,000 soil samples, and we did the tailings work that we just talked about. And we're going to have, additional work that's been done as far as just superficial geologic mapping and sampling, geophysics and others, really with the intention of developing high potential drill targets for us to go after in the spring.
Yeah. And what should investors be on the watch out for over the next quarter and next year?
Yeah, it's really the continuation of our work plans, right? And that's what we're going to be doing. And so we'll be pushing forward with economic assessment of the tailings as you go through there. So that could probably take, several months or several quarter or two, as well as just, what we continue to do with our surface exploration and target generation for tungstonia. Yeah, we're really excited about the overall project. Every time we go out there or look at a new piece of data, we see something new that, really makes us happy. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
And it's really remarkable to see how far you've come in just a year. So
Yeah,
congratulations.
we really, it's been a blur for us over the course of the year where we went, basically acquired the asset at the end of July and closed our first capital raise at the end of September. Now we're putting all the plans into action. So it's definitely fun.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much for speaking with me today,
Yeah,
Brett. I
thanks
enjoyed
for having me.
and
Appreciate
I
it.
hope you enjoy the rest of your conference.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. That was Brett Marsh, and I'm Georgia Williams with the Investing News Network.